Hey y'all, Mike Rogel here with Human Resources is Central. Today we're going to navigate through different career paths in human resources. And today we have a special guest to help us to navigate through career paths in human resources. It's none other than the legendary Sasquatch. Squatch is a legend in the Pacific Northwest, known for mostly his work with the NBA's Seattle Supersonics. He had a thriving career. This guy had knowledge, skills, abilities, and other attributes pouring out of every orifice of his body. And then, disaster struck.
The transition and the move of this operation and this team begins tomorrow morning from Seattle to Oklahoma City.
The Sonics were sold to Oklahoma City, and Squatch was out of a job. And he's been missing ever since. People have spotted him here and there roaming around the woods of the Pacific Northwest. Documentaries have been made about where he is and what he's doing. And today we are fortunate enough to have caught up with him somewhere around Mount Rainier. Squatch, how you doing?
Hey, Mac. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Squatch. But I've been wondering, what have you been doing this whole time, man? We used to love watching with the Sonics, but we've missed you. What have you been up to?
Just hanging out, running around in the trees. I've been working on trying to prepare for a new career.
That's awesome, Squatch. What career are you looking into?
Well, honestly, I've been thinking about doing what you do, Mike. I've been researching some of your videos. I've looked at like human capital and what human resources does and all that stuff. So yeah. I think I want to go into a career in human resources.
That's awesome, Squatch. Do you remember anything from the videos, like definition of human capital and what human resources does?
Yeah, of course. I think human capital was like the knowledge, the skills, the abilities, the other attributes, the experiences, and the the motivations of the people that are housing the people of your company or your organization. That's the human capital. Yeah, and it ties everything else together to create some sort of value. Yep. And human resources. Let's see. That's the formal systems set up to what was it?
Great job, Squatch. Good job on human capital, and you were getting close on human resources management. We definitely set up formal systems to maximize utilization of human capital to accomplish our organizational goals. That's the reason why our little department exists. And there's all sorts of different types of functions that we do and different types of jobs and career paths you can take. Have you thought about a career path that you want to take within human resources?
Well, that's just the thing. I don't know what career path I could take in human resources. Do you?
All right, well, I'll do my best to explain a few. We'll start with our human resources functions, just the idea of them. Well, we won't go into detail, but then let's talk about different varieties of work that you can do, like whether you want to be narrowly focused or do a lot of different things. And then the different types of work you can do, like administrative, operational, and strategic. So strap on your boots. Let's get ready to go.
Mike, I don't have boots. I just got feet. Big feet. That's why they call me Bigfoot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Let's start off with looking at some of our human resources functions, all of the main categories of what we do. Functions like staffing, or working within the context of employment law, talent management, rewards and recognition, and compensation. We do risk management and employee relations. All of these are some of the functions that we perform within human resources. And each one of these has subcategories, like staffing does job analysis, recruiting, and selection. And some human resources people do a lot of this type of work, which we call generalists, and some do very, very specific things, which we call specialists. So the first two categories of career paths that you can take are a generalist career path or a type of a job, and a specialist career path or type of a job. Again, generalists do all sorts of different functions. You might do staffing. You might also do rewards and recognition and compensation. You might also do stuff with employment law. As a generalist, you'll do many different varieties of types of work or varieties of work within the human resources functions. As a specialist, you're probably going to narrow it down to one general function. So you might do rewards and recognition. And even within that, you might just do compensation, or you might do benefits within that overall function. So a specialist does very few variety of things, but they do those few things really, really well.
Okay, yeah, I think I got it. Like a generalist does all sorts of things, and a specialist only does like one thing really, really well, right?
That's right. So generalists and specialists are the categories of varieties of types of work that you can do. And then we have categories of roles that you can play within human resources, like administrative, operations, and strategic roles.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I know it gets a little confusing, but I'll try to do my best to tie it all together here in a minute. Let's start with just defining each one of these roles. So like administrative, they do much more clerical types of work and filing legal paperwork. So think of all those employee files that you have within the organization. Administrative roles will help to manage all of those things. From an operational role, those are actually boots on the ground human resources people that are going out and delivering all of our HR services to supervisors and to employees. So it's people who are doing employee counseling and working through labor relations, or maybe administrating some sort of talent management practices or rewards and recognition practices. Now, our strategic roles, they're gathering information of business realities that exist to try to shape and formulate our human resources strategies that also inform and help to shape and are part of our planning with our overall organizational strategies.
Okay, Mike, so I got roles that we can play and varieties of work, but how do those combine or work together to create some sort of types of careers in human resources, huh?
I'm glad you asked. So here's where I'm going to draw a little matrix, and then I'm going to snap my fingers, and all these topics are going to filter into our matrix and hopefully make a little bit more sense to look at how they combine to create different careers. Are you ready? Here we go.
Holy smokes. That was cool.
So on the top, you see that we have the different roles that we can play, and on the side, we have the levels of variety of work that we can perform. And we can combine these to try to create different types of career paths and roles or jobs within human resources.
Yeah, that just blew my mind right there.